Let's talk new makeup releases. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are just going to talk about some new makeup that has either already come out or it's going to be coming out. Anytime I see something come up from like Trend Mood or I think it's Makeup on Your Radar, I've just been saving it in a folder to like keep track of it. So it's essentially anything that I'm interested in or anything that's like made me go, okay. So like, let's just go through it. This is gonna be so casual vibes, you guys. Like, I don't like, I like people talking about new releases, and I feel like some people make it like really fun and exciting. So like, you have Hot Mess Tom, who does their like critical sass, which is really fun to watch, and then Teresa's Dead does like a new makeup bingo, which I really like watching. I don't know, maybe if I can think of something that makes it like more fun and interactive. Really what I would love to do is if I lived in Toronto and could go to the Eaton Center Sephora, I would love to be able to just go in and look at the new releases and like we can shop them together, not like spend money, shop, but like, you know what I mean. But sadly, the Sephora that we have is so small, we hardly have anything cool. So anyway, without further ado, now that my laptop has loaded, this is so old and slow. It's actually it's a little bit terrible. Let's go through these new releases. Have them up on the screen here. I don't know how to do that like fancy schmancy picture in picture, you know, like streaming vibe. So pictures here. So the first thing that I actually like gasped a little bit is Kylie Cosmetics. She's releasing her lip kits, but like the glossy version, which I think is really smart. And I also think she's like it's a perfect time, but also not really. I feel like she could have come out with this maybe a year or two ago and she would have been like ahead of the trend a little bit, because now it almost feels like everybody's releasing a lip gloss. But the colors, these are actually like the perfect lip combos, I think. I would probably get Dulce K, Espresso, Comes Naturally is really pretty, and so is Coconut 2.0. They're actually all really nice. They're all really nice nude shades. I don't know what lip liners they come with because they don't actually say what the lip liner shade is. I'm going to assume these are lip liner shades that are already released, and they're just kind of like making the pairing. I didn't realize that Kylie actually has really nice shades of lip liners. I was looking at them the other day because I'm trying to find my perfect, like, my lips but better lip liner, like something that's kind of effortless. I feel like it's going to be a huge feat for me because I have two-toned lips, so the center of my lips are more pink and then the exterior of my lips are like, it depends on the day and I guess how dehydrated I am and how dry my lips are, but they can range anywhere between like a gray and like a brown gray, you know what I mean? But I'm actually really excited for this release, and I'm also curious. Shoppers Drug Mart, they sell some Kylie Cosmetics in store, and then the rest is online, so I'm wondering if we'll have these because I think that we have her lip kits in store, but I haven't seen anything else at my location, so I'm actually really curious to see, because if I can swatch them or look at them in store, that'd be quite nice. Laura Mercier is releasing some under eye setting powders in different shades. I go back and forth on under eye powders because like I don't powder my whole face, and right now I'm using two powders on my under eye to get like the really perfect smooth effect that I want. And I tried the Huda Beauty powders and I couldn't tell if I was having a reaction to the powders or if it was something else that I was doing, but the inner corners of my eyes were just getting so itchy. I also hate the fragrance of the Huda Beauty powders. Otherwise I would probably get the Ube one because I think the purple tones would really help brighten my under eye where I have a little bit more of a golden undertone. I don't like peachiness I would rather have something that kind of cancels out the more golden tones on my under eye, if that makes any sense, and like really help brighten, you know? I really hope that makes sense. But anyway, so Laura Mercier, they are coming out with new powders. They have a soft pink, there's a peach, there's also the translucent white, they have golden, and then they have rich peach. The pink does look like it has a little bit more of like a lavender undertone to it. I feel like I'd want to see what it looks like in person. If they come out with minis of it, that would be quite nice, because when it comes to powders, if I'm not really 100% sure on it, I would rather try the mini first instead of committing to such a large tub of powder, because don't get me wrong, I love the Hourglass powder. I think it's really pretty. But I've been working on this for years on and off, and I still have like so much product in here. It's going to take me ages to actually get through it. So minis would probably be better for the way that I use powder. Glossier, I guess, is re-releasing their Body Hero line, which is pretty cool, but why is it so expensive? So the body wash is $28, but when I was looking on Sephora Canada, I think it's closer to like $40 for body wash. Same thing for their like oil mist and then their body lotion. That is just way too crazy. I'm not curious enough. Like, maybe if we have it in my local Sephora and I can like look at it, that'll have to suffice, because there is no way in hell I would ever pay more than $25 for body care products. There's no way. Like, that is actually insane. I don't know. I remember when they first released Body Hero, it was all the rage, and I didn't even know that it disappeared. Like, I actually completely forgot about their Body Hero line until I saw this Trend Mood post where it's like, oh yeah, it's coming back. I was like, oh. And they also have more stuff in it. So there's the hair and fragrance mist, which, am I the only person that hates the smell of Glossier You? Let me know in the comments below, because I think it smells really bad. Not gonna lie. Sorry if it's like your favorite perfume ever, but it's not for me. Anyway, as I was saying, there's the body and hair mist, the daily oil wash, the exfoliating bar, there's an oil mist, and then there's the body lotion. And then I guess they already have deodorants. But yeah, that I'm not interested in, but I just thought it was cool that they re-released it. Okay, Isamaya. So now that she's in Sephora Canada, this is even more exciting, because she is re-releasing the industrial palettes. So I really wish that I would have collected the original palettes, because I think they are so cool, like the outer packaging. If you don't know what they look like, I'll try to find a picture and I'll put it in. New ones, they're like a kidney bean shape. I will probably pick one up at some point in the future. I don't really wear a lot of eyeshadow. It's kind of just one of those things where I'll play with it every once in a while. I do want to actually play with it more, just to kind of use it up so it's not collecting dust. But I really like the one that is in the silver packaging. Actually, I really like both. Not gonna lie, I really like both. But I think this is a really cool re-release. I do wish that she could have kept the original packaging instead of this clinical vibe. It's really funny. People have been saying that these look like bedpans, which they honestly kind of do. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I've heard really good things about these palettes, so I'm really curious about those. I do not know what is going on with ABH. They have really fallen from their grace. They are releasing these matte powder bronzers. What the actual hell? So there's 6 shades and they're all like gray, which, don't get me wrong, bronzer doesn't need to be like orange. I get that. I understand that. But this shade range is crazy. And I actually saw a creator on TikTok. She swatched these in store, I think. She swatched them, I know that for sure. And she was saying that basically all 6 shades worked for her, and she is fair. Okay. Yeah, you heard that correctly. She's fair, and all 6 shades work for her. Perfectly fine. So you're going to tell me that one of these shades is going to work on deep skin? Yeah, okay, sure. I think ABH is one of those brands now that is being put in a box for me, same as Tarte and same as Too Faced. Those brands I do not even bother looking at, and I think sadly ABH is going to have to be one of them, which really sucks because I was going to be purchasing the Modern Renaissance palette again since mine is so severely expired, but I don't know if I want to do that now. This is terrible. I don't understand what they're doing on their end, but bye. So Rhode is coming to Sephora. I think they'll be coming to Sephora Canada like late in the year, and I'm kind of excited for it. Mainly I want to feel the blush in person. I do not care about the lip balms. Why am I paying all that money for something that's going to be really gritty? Not so that I don't really care about, but I am curious about the skincare. I'm curious about the glazing milk, and now I'm also curious about this face mist that they're releasing. It's not a setting spray. It's more of like, it's like your pre-makeup and pre-skincare, but then also you can use it over top of your makeup throughout the day to kind of like refresh and revive your makeup, which I think is pretty nice. I'm curious about that. I just don't know what the price point would be. That's something that makes me a little bit nervous with Rhode coming to Canada. I feel like it's going to be quite expensive, but I would be curious to just at least try it once and then maybe never buy it again after that. I don't know. As we know, I love KGH brand. I'm very excited to see what she puts on the market. She's currently testing a mascara. I saw her tease that. She's also been teasing her lip liners that will be coming out. They're like a multi-stick. And then she just released her makeup brushes. Okay. I want these brushes very badly. I would actually really love to purchase the brush set, especially where right now you get a free #1 brush when you buy the set of the 2, 3, and 4, because the #1 brush is a re-release just in the new feral color. So they're like, they have a deal right now for a limited time where you get a free one. Anyway, but I don't necessarily need new brushes. I have the Makeup by Mario F4 brush that I use right now, and that one is like my multitasker, so I use it for basically everything in my makeup except for my powder and my concealer. But these brushes are just so nice, and I feel like for the way that I like to wear my makeup and for some of the products that I have, I actually think that these would be like a really good addition to my makeup collection, and I could probably go with decluttering some brushes that I have because I just don't reach for them, because I don't care for them. And what's nice about these brushes is they're not named to be for one specific region. It's more so just about like how the brush is shaped and like how densely packed the bristles are, so you can still use them as multitaskers. So I'm curious about them, I will say that, and I think they will be something that I purchase at some point in the future. Definitely on my wish list, that's for sure, because I think that they would be a fabulous brush to have. One Size came out with their setting spray, but it's in an SPF of 28, which I thought was pretty interesting. Unfortunately, in Canada, we don't get any sunscreen releases, I guess because our regulations are different than the States. I thought that was pretty cool, and it's still like the exact same mattifying spray, but it's just with the SPF. I think if we did get it in Canada, I would probably consider trying it, just because I haven't really found a way to reapply SPF over makeup that would impact the way that it's wearing, and it would be nice to be able to touch up especially on a day like today. Like, I'm going to Ribfest and I put my SPF on, but now I won't be able to reapply it because I don't have anything to reapply with. So, Pat McGrath. We're back on the topic of lip liners. Pat McGrath is releasing lip liners, and these shades, they look so beautiful. There's like 3 or 4 I think that could work for me and be what I'm looking for. The only thing that I don't want is the fact that they're like that creamy long wear gel kind of lip liner. I don't really care for formulas like that. I really prefer a good old-fashioned wooden pencil, and then I just set my lip liners with powder, and then I also use a setting spray. So it's like not really a big deal for me. I'd be really curious though to see how these apply and how they wear. They're supposed to be 8-hour smudge proof, waterproof, and transfer proof lip liners. And like I said, the shades are so nice. And she even has like this really bright purple. It is a gorgeous color. I would love to see somebody do some kind of lip look with it because it's just, it's a really gorgeous shade. And again, unfortunately, like, we don't have Pat McGrath at my Sephora location. So if I were to get these, it would have to be a blind purchase, but they are on my wish list because I think that I might be able to find what I'm looking for. So, and then some more lip liners. These are already out, and I think we would have these at my Sephora. It's the Huda Beauty lip contour lip stains. There's already controversy about these on TikTok. People are saying that like Huda lied about the longevity and that they don't last and blah 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 blah. I don't care. Honestly, like, it is what it is, you know. Sometimes things work for people, sometimes they don't. Like, it's like whatever. I will say that the shades of these are really nice, and I like the applicator on them, but people have been talking about the price point. It's a little bit high, and I think you get like 1 ml of product, which I don't know how long that would last. And that's like the one thing that I don't really like about the marker format is like, you can't really tell how much product you have left and how much product you are using. And you have to store them upside down. And I've seen even when people store them, they still have problems. I think it's only a couple of shades where even if they have them upside down, the shade kind of runs out as they're applying them. So I don't know. I will say though, there's 3 colors that have piqued my interest. And again, they might be what I'm looking for. So I'd be curious to see in person what these are like. And honestly, like, depending on the price point, I may pick one up just to kind of test and like let you guys know what's going on with these. But I'm definitely intrigued. Huda Beauty, I'm normally not the target demographic for Huda Beauty, I don't think, because her makeup is very like high impact, very full glam type of thing, and that's not my vibe at all, as you know. But I do think when she releases products like this where it can cater to multiple markets, I feel like she does a good job at that. Yeah, I think this is something that I would consider trying from her. So of course, because everybody and their freaking mom has to release a lip balm, Milk Makeup has released Balmaid. Has electrolytes in it, so that's different. Wait, somebody commented, they're like, what next? A balm with 3 grams of fiber per application? Like, yeah, what are we, like, is the electrolyte supposed to be so that it's like long-lasting hydration? Like, I'm a little bit confused with what the point of the electrolytes is. Yeah, like Milk commented, get ready to quench your lips. Like, I don't understand, but whatever. As I've mentioned before, I feel like with lip balm and lip gloss releases, it's very much just kind of like a, if this is a brand that you know, love, cherish, etc., and they're releasing something, and you know, you've kind of been holding out for their version of a lip balm, then sure. But I don't think this is anything groundbreaking. The shades are cute, whatever. They are a little bit different than what we have been seeing. But like, electrolyte? Like, okay, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I have talked about how I've been searching for my lips but better kind of combos. Violette FR, she released some lip stains, and these lip stains are quite pretty, but the swatches are not doing anything for me, which is really unfortunate. I think the shades that would work the best for me are Betise and Rose de Moab. I don't know. Let me know. I think those are the shades that I would like the most, but the lip swatches that they had online, they weren't convincing me enough, and I was getting a little bit confused. But I really think the formula would be quite nice. They seem to leave a really pretty stain, so I am curious about those, but I don't think they would be something that I would just like blind purchase. I think I would actually have to like go into a store and purchase them, because I'm just not like, I don't know, I'm just not convinced. PMG, she released the Glass Skin setting spray. I want to try it. I really love the Fenty Beauty You Miss setting spray. I think that's really gorgeous. But if I could have something that makes my makeup last the same way that the Fenty Beauty setting spray makes my makeup last, and then also on top of that, we have a nice little dewy layer. Oh, now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. Phone ran out of storage. I don't remember what I was saying, but I think I was just saying that I really want to buy this, and I think I might actually have to order it soon because my Fenty Beauty one is running out. I was considering this one or the Unsize, the Powder Melt. I've been seeing some really mixed kind of thoughts and opinions on it. A lot of people have been saying it's more of like a MAC Fix Plus. I've maybe seen one person say that it actually does help make your makeup last all day long. I want to see what it's like in person before I kind of make that decision. Last time I went to Sephora, they didn't have a tester for it, and they also just didn't have any in stock. So it's between this one or the Pat McGrath one. If anybody has tried either of them, please let me know, because I would love to know more. Oh my god, that's actually just comical, because if only my phone would have just lasted a wee bit longer. The video is basically done at this point because I don't have any more new releases that I have saved. LOL, I lied. I filmed this video like 3 weeks ago, and I meant to upload it like on my regular schedule, and then I just never got around to editing it. And so I decided that since I've added more to the new release folder, I might as well just talk about them in this video. However, I do not want to film myself speaking to camera, so we're gonna go over these new releases, and I'm just gonna show you the pictures only as I talk about them. Okay, let's get into it. So Rhode is releasing new shades of their pocket blushes. This is like the summer collection, which I'm wondering if it's part of the summer collection. Does this mean it's limited edition? I didn't see anything about it being limited edition, but I will say these shades have definitely piqued my interest. The swatches of these on the face are so cute, but the thing is, I think I have blushes these colors in my collection already. Like, if I were to really truthfully sit down, look at the swatch photos, and then look at what I have in my collection, I'm pretty sure I can replicate these, but I would be lying if I didn't say that I kind of want to try them. I'm hoping that when Rhode releases in Sephora that these will be there. I'm just really curious about the Rhode pocket blushes, you guys, okay? Like, I can't even lie and say that I am not interested in them at all. Like, I think about it and I'm like, yeah, I could actually like check these out, you know? Fenty Beauty is also coming out with shades of their under eye brightening powder, which I was thinking about it the other day. I think I realized that the reason why I don't like peach powders is because I'm like more of a neutral olive, maybe like golden undertone. So I feel like I would maybe like that. I think it's like a banana powder shade, but I'm also kind of intrigued by that lavender shade. I don't know. I feel like I don't fully understand my undertones enough, so I just want to like try all these combinations that I think might work, and then I end up really disappointed. But I have been curious about lavender powder. Anyway, this ties in though to the whole idea of me trying to figure out my powder routine for my under eye, because I know I like setting with a loose powder first and then and a pressed powder, and I like my Pat McGrath powder, but I could always explore now that I kind of know what it is that I'm vibing with. I don't know, but these did definitely intrigue me. Ugh. Oh my god, oh my god, when they posted these photos, I got so excited. The top 3 shades, those are the new Amicole lip oil colors, and you guys, I really wish I didn't buy Smitten, because Witty and Poise are 2 shades that I think I would have preferred to have over Smitten. Like, especially Witty. Witty just seems so up my alley. I actually gasped when I saw these pictures. Like, oh my god. I am actually really excited now to use up Smitten. That way I can buy Witty, because that color, it's so pretty. I will say though that some of these swatches, you can't really tell a difference between some of the shades. Like, I think the only shade that really looks different compared to the other ones is Hype, but that's because it's such a bright fuchsia kind of color. I think they describe it as a raspberry, but oh my god, they're just so pretty. I'm a huge fan of this launch. Last but definitely not least, you guys, I finally have proof. I feel like I've been a crazy lady just being like, no guys, KJH has been teasing. KJH has been teasing. I finally have proof. She has been teasing products, okay? If you look at this picture, you can see the slim purple component, and then also that slim like grayish purple component. Those are the products that she's been teasing online, and I am so freaking hype, you guys. Hold on, let me show you another picture. Okay, like, this is the product in action. Do we not see how good this looks? Oh my god, I am so excited. I did decide though that when these drop, I will not be purchasing them right away. I'm going to hold off until the end of the year, I think. I have to show some strength. But oh my god, I'm just so excited. It looks so beautiful, and I can't believe she is finally actually showing like full product photos of these now. That just means, I hope, fingers crossed, that we're much closer to launch. But oh my god, I am so excited. You actually have no idea. Anyway, thanks for chatting new releases with me. For the most part, I will say that there isn't really much of anything for new releases that I'm like itching, foaming at the mouth to buy, which is quite nice. I feel like a lot of brands are just kind of releasing a lot of the same things right now, and with the way that my makeup collection is, I don't really need anything, but I am on the hunt for some more lippies that are good as like a really effortless everyday kind of lip. And I think between Kylie Cosmetics and their glossy lip kit release, and even just her lip liners in general, Pat McGrath, Huda Beauty, and then also the anticipated launch of KJH brand, I think I could probably find something within those brands. And like I said earlier, some of these items are really great for me to keep on a wish list. That way I can gauge by the end of the year if it is something that I'm still interested in purchasing. I think I would like to do more new release videos, but they would be kind of intermittent, just kind of like if I can collect enough new releases that I want to talk about. Because like I said, nobody's really releasing anything that I want, so I'm not going to talk about it if it's not anything that I care about or anything that makes me like raise an eyebrow, you know? Anyway, if you would like to see more from me, make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, and we'll see you in my next one. Bye.